Are you aware that 70% of pastors constantly fight depression and burnout for the frustration experience as a result of ministry workload, discouragement, and pressure? We help leaders grow healthy churches. We are excellent at what we do, and we are fast becoming the best of the very best. Magnicraft Consulting is set up to help both small and large-sized churches become healthier by using proven diagnostics tools, effective retention strategies. We give the right and appropriate and professional advice. We are the certified church consultants with the Society of Church Consulting in the United States of America. Trust us to help you grow. Don't wait till it's too late. You will be glad you did. Call us now on 0802-324-2258. Email contact@magnicraftconsulting.com or magnicraftconsulting@gmail.com. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @Magnicraft Limited. Magnicraft Consulting, doing church God's way. Hello. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Hello, good morning. This is Monday Morning Matters. My name is Niyi Dunmade, founder, CEO, Magnicraft Consulting. I want to welcome you to the third edition of this episode, The Impact of Food to Ministry Effectiveness. The impact of food to ministry effectiveness. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder, CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Welcome to Monday Morning Matters. Very, very important that we have part 1, part 2 of this episode on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. Make sure you go there to get the brief of that. We've done quite a lot of series over almost 6 years now on giving you content every week. We want to welcome everyone to this Facebook Live broadcast show and YouTube channel. It's just going to be more deeper in terms of the topic we're handling. The topic is the impact of food to ministry effectiveness. The impact of food to ministry effectiveness. All right. We also want to thank you for hooking up with us. We are glad that you are part of this live broadcast show. I'm so happy that we have you always on this live broadcast show. Again, my name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the lead consultant, founder, and CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Let me tell you a little bit about Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, trainings, revitalization, and strategic blueprint. That's our mission. And our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates actionable, sustainable, and adaptable solutions. That's what we do. We look at your church and we're able to empirically bring out some solutions that you can easily act on. You can actually sustain them on a long term and of course adapt them to your context. I'm also a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the US. I'm also a certified church consultant with Church Consultation University. I'm your host every week on the Facebook Live unedited broadcast every Monday, 7 a.m. Nigerian time or West African time. I'm also known as a church health guide of the 21st century. A big thank you to those who commented on our posts. I've been seeing them, reacting to them, and thank you for those who also are liking our posts and telling us how timely and valuable this broadcast content is to them. Let's do a little bit of promo and pay some bills, and then we'll go into the juice of the day. All right, so this Monday Morning Matters coming live with me, Niyi Dunmade, the certified church consultant. All right. And our focus is to help churches grow healthier through empirical assessment, revitalization, training, and strategic blueprint. And we believe our expertise could benefit your church in a great deal. All right. And so this is what we're going to be talking, the impact of food to ministry effectiveness. The impact of food to ministry effectiveness. In the month of September, we're going to be dealing with how a local church can define their Jerusalem. How a local church can define a Jerusalem. So watch out for that. Dr. Tom Rayner, fantastic church consultant, a mentor of mine. I've learned so much from him. I mean, he's been able to reach out to me and told me that he's willing to give over 40% discount to anyone in this side of this world, in Africa, Nigeria. You want to become well-trained, well-equipped. You want to become a certified church consultant to help your own church and to help others' churches revitalize and grow healthier. Reach out to me. I'm going to give you all the details that you need and then help you out to see how you can be certified and well-trained in the job. Okay? 2 books I've written. One is Church Retention, Pathway to Growth, further by Dr. Tom Rayner. It's on Amazon. Please, the QR code is there. You can always use the QR code or contact me on any of the social media handles, and we're sure going to get across your copy in no time. All right, the second one has to do with busting church growth myth. And this book is very, very important for us to align our mindset, our thoughts with what God has when it comes to the church, so that what he has in mind can be carried out in our churches. Okay, please get to our YouTube channel. You're going to see quite a lot of good content there. All right, so we started on the impact of food to ministry effectiveness. All right, and this is part 3 or 4. And we're going to go a little bit deeper. Now, when you see a typical congregation, the demographics, I can put it into 2. We have the people with the aged, or the older ones, or the younger ones, or the youth. Now, the aged is what the aged bring on the table is wisdom, and what the youth bring on the table is strength. And we need those 2 to be able to carry out the mandate, carry out the Great Commission. You need wisdom, you need strength, and those 2 can be linked to the quality of food, or the quality and the quantity of food that the aged and the younger ones in the church are eating. Food serves as a drug. Now, the reason why you take drugs is because you are not taking the needed food to be able to boost your immunity, or find yourself dealing with that sickness or illness that is, as the case may be, in your body. Now, one of the first thing I must say quickly has to do with effective outreach. Okay, a well-nourished leader, a well-nourished congregation will always have the energy, the strength, and the wisdom and enthusiasm to plan and execute outreach programs, community events, and charitable activities effectively. I mean, to be able to reach out to your community, it requires enhanced ministry activities and programs that is powered by the energy levels and enthusiasm that is needed. Now, one of the things last time I said that the food you eat can affect your mood. But the thing is, the food you eat also can affect your morale. So when you are doing big day events, you are doing outreach programs, you are doing community events, charitable activities, corporate social responsibility, you need to be able to understand that the food intake can affect the level of improvement the program quality is. And with better physical and mental health, which is attributed to the food intake, can make leaders to deliver high quality sermons, Bible studies, and counseling sessions to their community, even also to their congregation, to the community and the congregation. Now, one of the things I would say for as an example is that as a church, we can host health seminars, health fairs, nutritional workshops as part of community outreach to address both physical and spiritual. You see, when a church is just only concerned about the spiritual needs alone, the physical needs that is being neglected can affect the performance of the spiritual status. So leaders can collaborate with local health professionals. I mean, there are people in your church who are nutritionists, who are dietitians, who are health professionals, and they can come to volunteer and offer free health screening tips, nutritional advice to your church and even to your community. You see, when people eat well, they can live long. So good food intake significantly impacts the performance and the effectiveness of church leaders and pastors. And so we need to prioritize nutrition. What we eat, they can enhance our physical health, our mental clarity, emotional well-being, and also longevity, which is very important. I'm sure everybody wants to live long, all of which contributes to a more dynamic and impactful ministry. So we need to understand that as leaders, we also need to model healthy habits, because that also has a way of inspiring your congregation to adopt a healthier lifestyle, and of course which leads to a more vibrant and holistic, healthy church community. Now, nutritional wellness in church cannot be overemphasized. When you see a church that is not having a high morale, it could be that they are not eating well. Of course, in my country, they had a protest called End Bad Governance. But that End Bad Governance was spearheaded by the pain of hunger. And if you have a congregation that is hungry, there's no how they can follow your sermons. There's no how they can implement your sermons. So nutrition is very important to physical and mental health. Very, 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 very important to physical and mental health. There's, of course, I've also mentioned the role of balanced diet in preventing sicknesses and diseases. If you go back to my part 2 or 4, you're going to see that there. Mental health also is very important. There's a connection between nutrition and mental well-being. Okay, because the brain actually uses a lot of nutrients and calories. In fact, the brain is one of the organs in the body that takes a lot of energy. And I think I made mention of that in my last episode, where I was about going for an exam, and I made sure that I ate so well, because that exam was a very tough one. I ate to the brim. And when I finished the exam, it was as if I did not eat any food at all. And so I was hungry, and I was telling myself, was it not 3-4 hours ago that I ate and I was filled up? So there's a connection between your brain performance and what nutrients should be available for that brain performance to actually get to be effective. Now, diet and ministry effectiveness cannot be separated, because it all determines the energy levels that your church has. How proper nutrition impacts stamina, it impacts morale, and impacts productivity. 3 things: stamina, your church stamina, your church morale, and your church productivity. Now, all those 3 things have a way of taking their root from the kinds of food. If you see a congregation that is not eating well, of course, you're going to see a congregation that does not have enough stamina. You can imagine when people cannot even stand and lift up their hands in church. They cannot stand for 5 minutes in the church. They cannot do praise and worship for 20-30 minutes. I mean, that shows that there's physical and health challenges. And so those 3 things are very important. The proper nutrition helps to impact the stamina, the morale, and the productivity of a church. And of course, I made mention about stress management, that nutrient-rich food helps manage stress and anxiety. I mean, we're living in a world where there's VUCA, there's all kind of violence, there's all kind of volatility, there's all kinds of uncertainty, there's all kinds of wars here and there, and tension, anxiety. But you see, we need to make sure that our churches are stress-free and anxiety-free, and that might not just be you preaching a good sermon, but also making sure that their physical state are being fed with nutrient-rich food that helps manage stress and anxiety. And so the next point I want to say is promoting healthy eating. You see, the pastor eating well does not mean that the church is eating well. You need to also find educational workshops, organize sessions to help people eat well. Okay, help people to also cultivate healthy eating habits. Okay, healthy church event also provides healthy food options, okay, where there's scarcity? How can you advise the church because there's no organic foods? These are the things you can eat instead of eating inorganic food. Giving the church healthy food options in your church events, your church meetings, and be very practical on how they can. I mean, there was a time in my side, on the side of the country I'm staying, tomato was very, 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 very expensive, and people could not afford it. And of course, people started having other options of carrot stew and all those things. So people need to have alternative, healthy options, not just options alone, because implementing a healthy eating habit is not just by accident. It has to be intentional and deliberate. Of course, this also must be powered by good communication. How do you disseminate the healthy eating habits and tips through, so that people can readily have those information in your church and then they are able to implement them? And one of the things I also said is partner with local nutritionists, dietitians, and health professionals to offer free consultations to your church members and that kind of thing. One of the things I glossed over is food security. All right, where there is food scarcity. All right, food scarcity. I mean, it's happening in my country. I don't know. Of course, it's happening because of the Ukraine war. How can we make sure that we are not, well, whatever we eat, even though we are not having the quantity, but we are having the quality? You see, one of the things is about balanced diet is to have it in good quantity and in good quality. But you see, if you're going to compromise quantity, it's dangerous to compromise quality. All right. That's very, very, very dangerous for us to begin to eat so much of quantity and then we have compromised quality. All right, so we need to also address the issue of hunger. Church role in addressing hunger, because the hunger, there are many millions of people that are hungry, and of course the Bible is so clear about hungry. I mean, I've seen churches who are able to grow because they were able to make food available. Now, Jesus used that strategy. He used that strategy of bread and fish. Okay, you cannot keep people for that long to feed them spiritually and neglect their physical health or physical health. And so Jesus had the habit of feeding the hungry. I mean, he also gave the mandate to leaders. He gave the mandate to the church to feed the hungry. I mean, my church in Guaramba, every last Sunday, we also find a way of feeding. I could see a lot of people coming to church on that day because you could see that people are hungry. So there's a mandate to the church to feed the hungry. You look at Matthew chapter 25, verse 35. It's very clear. Caring for the poor is also very clear in the scriptures, and the church needs to spearhead that mandate, that biblical mandate, to feeding the hungry and caring for the poor. The poor will have always, and we also need to care for them. Finding community outreach to reach out to people who are hungry, and then have successful church-led food initiative in your community as a whole. So that's it for the day. I think we need to just wrap it up. Promoting. Also, another thing, before I just round up, one more thing, and then we're going to wrap up with part 4 for next week, Monday. Now, one of the things that as a church, we need to also cultivate the issue of sustainable food programs. I mean, in our churches, we can plant cassava, we can plant banana, we can plant some of the things. Some of us, from some of our churches, we have a vast land. We can have gardens there. We can have community gardens there. We can have we can learn as a church to promote. And you don't have to have ground soil. You can get some containers to be able to promote local agriculture and self-sufficiency as a congregation. Okay, and so we can also partner with local farms, food banks, NGOs who are into food security to make sure that you are having sustainable food programs. You see, one thing as a church is that if you don't have food that can take you for a year, it can create a lot of panic. All right, so please, let's have a sustainable food program as a church. Starting a church community garden is one way that you can do. I mean, get a place where you can have gardens in your church. I remember when I was in school, we also have a garden. Organize food drives where people can come into your church and partner with, and also provide food for people to eat. Let's draw the curtain here And then thank you for the likes. I'm seeing the likes. Thank you for the followership. If you have any church-related questions or inquiries for me, let's have them via any of the social media handles. And sure, you're going to get more than an answer from me. You have any inquiries, you have any question concerning some of these things, you can also get. And I recommended the book, Hallelujah Diet, because what is good for me might not be good for you. Because we all have different DNA, we all have different digestive system, we all have different lifestyle. So don't just say because my pastor is taking this food and then you begin to take those food. Make sure that you are actually getting the professional advice you need to be able to take the right things you need to take so that your body can be healthy. If your body is healthy, I can tell you that your church can be healthy. If your body is not healthy, I can tell you it's going to rub on your church for your church to be unhealthy. Please, this video has been helpful to you. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Please, this video has been helpful to you. Give us a like. Do share us to your community. Share us to your pastors. Copy the link. Share them to your pastors. Share them to your community. Drop me a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I also love to learn from you. I also want to know where you are watching me from. Drop me a comment in the comment section what you feel about the content we have shared. Like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified when we upload or we come live on YouTube. Lastly, we do consultations, revitalization, trainings, and strategic planning for churches. Reach out to us and let's see how we can help your church move from where it is right now to where it used to be, it should be, where God wants it to be, with excellent church consulting for health, vitality, and results. I'm Niyi Dunmade. I'm the certified church consultant. Please follow us and let's see how we can help you. Thank you for the attention. May God bless each and every one of you as you have a fruitful and blessed week ahead. Thank you so much till I come your way next week with a last episode, part 4 of 4 of the impact of food on ministry effectiveness. I say bye-bye. I love you and God bless you.